The fire has been lit. That's right, we're talking about over 10 new gameplay secrets from Fallout 76. A lot of really cool stuff is in this video, ranging from armor in the game all the way to secret suits that you can find in the world, to nuke codes. We're talking about hidden menus that you can actually activate that a lot of you are actually neglecting, and this is really important as well. We're talking about fusion cores and so much more really cool stuff, including some details about PvP as well. But also a reminder to you all, if you did find anything cool during your time in Fallout 76, go ahead and submit your gameplay clips, screenshots. You know, if you found a really cool quest, let me know about it. Don't be afraid to let me know about your findings. I will credit you in further videos, and I plan to craft some really cool videos related to this stuff. You can submit your clips, all that stuff, by following the link in the description below. But you guys have been submitting some really cool stuff. Cannot wait to show off some of this stuff down the road. But yes, welcome back, my fellow Vault Dwellers and Wasteland Wanderers, to Open World Games. We've got a lot to talk about, I'm telling you what. So, this is a really cool finding. This is kind of about PvP. So, this one comes from Wolfgang, and he actually discovered armor here, not power armor, armor that is kind of dedicated towards PvP play, in that it does negative 8% damage from other players. So this is really, really cool. So you can actually find armor and gear out in the world. I'm curious if we'll find weapons as well that is kind of more PvP centric. Next up, this is pretty neat. NDD94 found an undetonated bomb here, and he had several options: cut the red wire, blue wire, excuse me, or the green wire, or walk away and do nothing. And basically, you're probably wondering what happens when you cut the wire. So we got an answer about that one, and this answer comes from Sestrus, who says, "My friends and I have all run into at least one of these. If you cut the right wire, it has a bunch of high-level mats. Think nuclear material, black titanium, fiber optics, and loot." I think all the loot was explosives. No, for sure it had mini nukes. The wires randomized each time. So far we've been sticking to blue and have had 2 successes. It's a bit anticlimactic to cut the wrong wire. I was able to walk out of the radius without sprinting due to all the junk I had on me. Buddy who watched said it was about as big as a boom as a grenade. Explosions cause no rads and leave behind nothing. Womp wah. So there you have it. But it is cool that you can get mini nukes from those. So that's really nice that you can actually have a location where you can kind of get those mini nukes as well. Now, this is something really important. A lot of you guys are probably using the perk, or at least should be using the perk, Pharma. It gives you a 40% chance to find extra first aid chems when you search a chem container. Now, what's really important to note about this, and some people don't realize this is not really a passive card. It's more of an active card, because when you go to these containers, you need to activate the search function to reveal the hidden items within that container. So that's really important, and you'll be notified of that when it's on your menu. Some people just don't notice it. So on PC, it would be spacebar when you pull up the inventory of that container, and then you'll reveal those hidden items. So keep that in mind when exploring those containers. It can be neglected, it can be missed, and it is pretty easy to miss, I will admit. Now let's talk about those suits. There's a wide variety of suits in the game. So you're wandering around, you're searching the bathroom, the toilets. Is there any legendary gear in the toilets? That's the question. But a lot of us want the Hazmat Suit. So where can we find them? These are extremely useful. I'm telling you what, I love my Hazmat Suit. It's probably one of my favorite suits in the game. And you're probably also wondering where you can get to this shower here, where it actually cleans you of all of your radiation. So first of all, let's pull open the map, shall we? So the first location we found on our playthrough was this location right here. It's a cave, and also has an alpha deathclaw, so just keep that in mind. We ran out of that cave so fast, believe you me. But it also has those hazmat suits, and it does come with that shower, which cleans you off of radiation. Next up, we traveled up north, and we found Dire Chemical Plant, I believe it's called. And that is a really cool location for several reasons. You can find your other hazmat suit there on one of the shelves. Could be randomized, so just keep that in mind. But the thing is, the hazmat suit was like level 30. I think we found a couple of them at this location. But the hazmat suit in the cave was a lower level, so I could wear that immediately. So also remember that when exploring these locations. But what's really cool also about Dire is the fact that you can really farm the Robo Brains, they're called there. And you can grab fusion cores from them and aluminum, or should I say, aluminium. So go ahead and get in there. Farm this location for those things if you really are into power armor and stuff like that. And they also have a bunch of fusion cells as well. So if you're into like the laser type weapons, this is going to be your go-to location. And I noticed that you can also gain a bunch of experience as well, which is pretty cool. But really neat find here as well. And it was a lot of fun exploring this location. It's probably one of my favorite locations. You know, the mire type area, the kind of spooky look of, you know, this kind of marshland forest. I really enjoyed roaming around this area. And there's a really cool dam, by the way, in that area as well. But let's keep going and talking about some of these cool findings. So, just note this, when you are at the cooking station, you're probably wondering what is the best food to craft. Well, one of the best types of foods to craft is soups. Why, you ask? Well, they satisfy both hunger and thirst. They don't just satisfy one or the other, they satisfy both. So get to crafting those soups, and I'm sure that you can find also some plans for crafting and recipes for crafting soups as well throughout the world. I'll keep my eyes peeled for those, by the way, and see if I can craft any videos about that as well. Now, let's continue onward. So a little bit of details about your camp. You can actually repair your entire camp at the same time by accessing the camp device itself. So go up to the camp device and you'll have this option to repair your camp as well. Now, a really cool tip here, and this one comes from my buddy King Flippy, who discovered this, is that you can actually gift your power armor to a buddy by simply putting it into your inventory first as storage. So you store it in your inventory, you don't wear it, you store it, and then you drop it as any other item, and then anyone can pick up that power armor, it seems. So that's what it seems like you can do. Correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't tried it myself, but that's what he said he had the option to do. So just keep that in mind. Also, you need to go to the chemistry station if you are wanting to break down certain ores. So if you find aluminum ore or iron ore and stuff like that, you're probably wondering, well, I can't use it, what in the world do I do? So you can smelt that ore. There's a smelting option at the chemistry station, so you can actually use that. Now, also, another important tip here is that you can actually go to the options menu, like the actual options menu itself, and turn on pacifist mode in the options menu to ensure you do not accidentally engage anyone in PvP. So if you want to do a pure PvE experience in this game, go to the options menu, turn on that pacifist mode, and then you won't do any damage to other players around you. However, you can still take damage from PvP players. But let me know if anyone's actually going to use this. It could be really useful so that you are like in a group or something like that with random players and you don't accidentally hit them and tag them to really limit that confusion. Alright, so remember that nuke codes appear to expire within about a week, it seems, so keep that in mind as you explore the wasteland. That's going to be super important to remember because you don't want to be hoarding those nuke codes and then all of a sudden have them disappear. Okay, so we've got some other tips as well. Let's jump to them, shall we? Okay, so yeah, this area was really cool too. This was in the Cranberry Bog. I found this really cool city. Let me know if anyone else stumbled into the Cranberry Bog. At first I thought I was going to be facing level like 40 enemies, but I was facing like level 15 Protectrons here. Okay, so this tip comes from the Ninja Fu, who says, PSA, you are not locked into a perk card for the special stat you level up. Just good morning, fellow dwellers. One thing I noticed during my beta playthroughs that most people may not have come across is that when you are leveling your special stat, you can select a different special perk card than what you are leveling up. This helps fill in some good one-off cards like Pharmacist, or even those level 1 luck perks, to find more stuff, as well as some early endurance cards to help offset some weight in the early game. And then he says, as I see people are asking for how to do this, when selecting your perk card after your special stat, you can use Z and C on the keyboard. I do not recall the controller buttons to change the perk card sorting. I'm going to take a guess on the controller. It could be LB, RB, and L1, R1, maybe. Let me know if I'm correct on that. But anyway, it says Fallout 76 defaults the sorting to the special stat you choose to level up, which makes sense as it would increase your available perk card usage. As aside as well, your choices are locked after the perk card selection. This means you can look at all the cards available and decide then where you want to put your special point prior to it saving. I was correct about that. He says, Niles Clover added that for controllers. It is the left and right bumpers to shift sorting. I thought so. I did play the Xbox One version. And there it is, guys. Some of those tips and tricks for, well, gameplay secrets as well. I hope you found something, anything in this video that helped you out. If you did, always appreciate a like button. These videos do take time to craft for sure, and it always helps propel the videos in on YouTube. And I appreciate all the support, all the love for the videos lately, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this one for sure. But I did want to go over some top comments as well. There's some additional comments from you guys in the comments, so if you have any, tips, go ahead and leave them down below. I will be sure to highlight them. But the first one comes from J1, who says, pick up all the Office Desk fans. Office Desk fans are king. Yes, they are. They provide some of the most important, valuable materials in the game for sure. And then comment number 2 says, Ron Hall says, I'm a Fallout hoarder. The stash limit is a game breaker for me. More than anything else, more than no NPC, more than always online, more than microtransactions, this could break the game for me. So at least the good news is they are going to be improving the stash amount. I just hope that they really listen on this one and make it a lot more. I mean, even if it's 500, I don't think that's going to be enough. I mean, there's so many materials. I plan to do also a video about this stash issue as well. But Joe Ben says, don't increase it, just remove the limit. What's so cheaty about wanting to collect outfits and rare legendary weapons? Yeah, man, I know, I hear you. And also, another thing is I thought for sure we would be able to show that off at our settlement. So I'm hoping that ends up being a thing where you kind of have like trophies, if you will, of your experience, and you can like invite friends over to your place and say, hey, check out everything that I have accomplished, and you're basically showing off all of your previous really cool findings and stuff like that you just can't use out in the open world currently, but I think that would be pretty cool. But yeah, I think there should be no limit. I agree. But guys, thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned here to Open World Games for more Fallout 76 and open world gaming goodness. Thanks guys for watching, and I will see you back in the Wasteland soon enough. Take care.